Hello, this is Locke. I just wanted to take a few moments to introduce you to Twitter. Obviously there's a lot of people out there who already know what Twitter is and are using it, but for the people who don't, here is a brief overview. Okay, so the first question I want to answer is why use Twitter? And the answer to that question is because of its speed, scalability, and simplicity. Now I realize that this doesn't mean very much to you at the moment. However, if you were to check out Ellen DeGeneres' Twitter page at twitter.com/The Ellen Show, you'll start to see what I mean. Ellen DeGeneres currently has 4,779,954 followers, and she herself is following 35,174 people on her Twitter account. Now you can imagine what would happen if she was to try and do this with her Facebook account. She would get inundated with status updates and photo tags and application requests. So the advantage of Twitter is its simplicity. It's limited in terms of the fact that each member can only have 140 characters to communicate with another. So because of Twitter's limitations and simplicity, it's also very scalable. You can manage 4,779,954 followers a lot easier in Twitter than you can in, say, Facebook or MySpace. And because of this simplicity, it's also a lot quicker to communicate with people, either one-on-one or as a group as well. So it's because of this speed, simplicity, and scalability that a lot of celebrities are starting to use Twitter now. I find that there are three types of people who use Twitter: celebrities, connectors, and communicators. Connectors are basically people who want to network and want to connect with as many people as possible, and communicators are basically people who have a lot of knowledge in a particular area and they want to share that knowledge with everyone else. What is Twitter? Well, you may have heard of the term microblog. Now, to explain what a microblog is, we have to go back to the bad old days of the internet, when it was quite complicated to set up a website. You had to know HTML, you had to create a website on your computer, and then upload it via FTP, and then configure it so that others who had a web browser and an internet connection could see your website. So it's quite complicated, but it wasn't so bad if you only had to do it once in a while. However, there were a lot of people who wanted to update their websites more frequently, for instance, once a week or once every day. And so what they did was they evolved what we now call blogging, which is short for weblog, which basically is a website that allows the user to enter their username and password, and from that secure login, they're able to update their website quickly and efficiently. So even though blogging allows us to update our websites a lot faster and more efficiently than in the past, it still takes a fair bit of time. And every once in a while you might have an idea or a funny joke or a comment that you want to make that doesn't really warrant a blog, but you still want to share it with people. And that's where microblogging comes in, particularly with Twitter, which is a microblog that limits your tweets, which is the equivalent of a post or a status update, to 140 characters. So how do you use Twitter? Well, here is a very quick summary of the main features of Twitter and how you can use them. Now, unlike with Facebook, Twitter doesn't have the concept of friends. What Twitter has is people who follow you and people who you follow. And that means that you don't necessarily have a relationship with them. It just means that you're interested in what they have to say, or they are interested in what you have to say. Everything that you do on Twitter is publicly available unless you choose to protect your tweets, which is not something that happens very often, because most people are on Twitter because they want to connect with a wider community. So the three main ways in which you can communicate with others is using an @ message, using a hashtag or using a retweet. When you retweet someone else's tweet, you're basically saying, I've checked out your tweet and I like it. If you want to speak to someone directly, then you use an @message along with their Twitter account username. And if you want to speak to a general audience, then you use a hashtag. Now, a hashtag can be related to an individual, an event, or a concept. So, for instance, you'll see the hashtag WC2010, which basically relates to the World Cup 2010. That relates to a specific event. Whereas a concept might be Follow Friday. So you'll see a hashtag and then the letters FF next to them, or a hashtag Follow Friday, which basically means it's Friday today and these are the people that I recommend that you follow. Now, if you want to communicate with somebody without everyone else seeing what you have to say, then you use a direct message. A direct message is kind of like a private email sent from you to a specific user. Now, you can only direct message somebody who is following you. So if you're following somebody and they're not following you, then you can't send them a direct message. So here's what you need to do. Go to twitter.com and sign up for a Twitter account. Follow anyone who you think might be interesting and start tweeting. Now, there are two types of tweets. There's a broadcast and an interaction. So a broadcast is a message that you just put out there and you want everyone to read it. And an interaction is meant for a specific person. Now, it's a good idea to have a mixture of the two, so don't always be broadcasting. Try and interact with other people. And when you're interacting, make sure that you're actually reading what they have to say and responding in a relevant manner. Okay, that's it for now. There's a lot more to cover, but the best way to learn is to actually go out and use it. So once you've set up a Twitter account, be sure to follow us. Our address is twitter.com/starontour. If you want to help us promote Adelaide to Ellen DeGeneres, and to hopefully get Ellen DeGeneres to come to Adelaide, use the hashtag #EllenToAdelaide. And if you want to, you can download the free Twitter background from our website and use it on your Twitter profile. You can find that at starontourpromotions.com. Also, we're going to be giving away a prize for the most awesome Twitter follower, so be sure to sign up and follow us. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll speak to you again soon.